Russell Wilson, an edition of the Monday Night Miracle, Mike, the Gainesville Gators. Yeah, some exciting matchups and some games this weekend. Uh, some of them we didn't see coming, but yeah, so definitely a good week for some, and some are out of the playoffs. But yeah, it's playoff week, semifinals in the conference. So this is to find out who moves on and who don't. So we'll just jump right in and get to the matchups and check out the players of the week to start with. So to start off, we got Evan Ingram had a great day. He had like 11 receptions, 160 some yards, and a couple touchdowns. Like shit. Christian Wilkins, yeah, I think Nate nailed that when he said he was cheat code basically, just plug and play. Josie Jewell, Miles Garrett, Trevor Lawrence. That nice performance from him. Dalvin Tomlinson, Justin Jefferson, Jerry Judy. Like I'm sure people are still shaking their head over that one. 3 touchdowns, like 6 or 7 catches, 3 touchdowns, something like that. But yeah, I mean, no one's seen that coming. Brandon Graham, Dre Greenlaw, Logan Wilson, Jarrett McKinnon, Tyreek Hill, Willie Gay, Hurts, McCaffrey, Petrie, kind of round out the top players for the week. And I'm sure a few of them, like Jerry Judy, there probably saved some people's seasons, maybe won some playoff games. Yeah, that performance was pretty like no one was seeing that coming at all. Same thing with Ingram. But so yeah, so matchups should be pretty good. And we will start out here at on the losers bracket. And this one here looks to pretty much be in hand. The Mugmen have one player going. It's the Mugmen and the Rottweilers, by the way. Mugmen still have one guy going, and the Rottweilers still have two. Ramondre Stevenson and Jonathan Jones for the Rottweilers, and Devin McCourtney for the Mugmen. So looks like the Rottweilers take this. They have like 60, almost 60 point lead. Don't really see this changing any at all. If anything, it could possibly get worse. Some highlights: Trevor Lawrence, Najee Harris, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Njoku. Defensive side for the Rottweilers: Ron Baker, Patrick Queen, Jesse Bates. All did well. For the Mugmen, defensively, Ramsey, Williams, Marcus Williams, Jalen Ramsey, Leighton Vander Esch, Alex Anzalone, Chris Jones did well. Offensively, Devontae Smith, Van Jefferson, out of nowhere, gets a touchdown. Like, good opportunity for a lot of those receivers over there on the Ram side. So yeah, Rottweilers who win this one move on to the finals, the RR side of the lower bracket, and Mugmen will play whoever in the next matchup. But it is as it is. Our next matchup is the Unicorns and the Puffins. I think they would play one of these teams here, but so the Puffins come out of the gate pretty strong on this one and take a win. It's pretty nice when you got, Geno Smith, Jared McKinnon, Jerry Judy, kind of helping you out on that. But this matchup looks like it's pretty much in the bag. The Puffins do have one player going as well as the Unicorns, Zach Allen for the Unicorns and Jalen Thompson for the Puffins. So Puffins with a nice strong finish on this one, and yeah, get to move on, face the Rottweilers for the our lower bracket winner. Like I said, highlights for the Puffins: Geno Smith, McKinnon, Judy, Donovan Peoples, Austin Hooper, Chigo Siam Akunawo. I probably butchered the shit out of that, but it is what it is. Did well defensively. Josie Jewell, Jermaine Pratt, Tyson Campbell, and Travarius Ward, Jalen Petrie. So a lot of good players on that team. Did really well. Got some really good scores. For the Unicorns, defensively, it was Malone, CJ Mosley, Drew Tranquil, Willie Gay, and Fletcher Cox kind of doing most of the scoring on that side of the ball. DJ Chark, Jamar Chase, I guess you could say Elijah Moore, and Mike Williams did well. DJ Chark. So his wide receiver showed up, quarterback, but just wasn't going to be enough to keep up. So the Puffins, they'll move on, play the Rottweilers, like I said, for the lower bracket. Unicorns will fall down and take on the Mugmen. And here we go for our next match up on the PP side, lower bracket. Got the Falcons and the Tiger Sharks. Tiger Sharks just cleaned house with this one. We got a couple guys going for each of them. Marcus Golden for the Sharks and Kyle Duggar. Yeah, the Tiger Sharks just pretty much mop the floor on this one. So definitely get the move on. And in the lower bracket, some highlight for the Tiger Sharks: Daniel Jones. I guess you could say Deshaun Watson. Still looking a little rusty out there, but Tony Pollard, Tyreek Hill, Mike Williams, TJ Hawkinson did well. Draymond Jones, Willie Gay, and Petrie. Dane Jackson did well also. Minka Fitzpatrick, Ed Oliver, and Calais Campbell. The defensive side for the Cyclones or the Falcons. Cyclone Falcons. Pretty much that's about it. I mean, it had some receivers: DJ Chark, Jamar Chase, Van Jefferson kind of showed up, but I mean, maybe probably less than 200 points scored. So, yeah, not looking good for the Cyclones. Falcons, Cyclone City Falcons, as they will lose and face the loser of their next matchup coming up, and Tiger Sharks face the winner. Congratulations to the Tiger Sharks. This one here is a little bit closer. It has Mayhem and the Saints. They each have a couple players going. The Saints are up by 17 points. Both have a quarterback. Mayhem have Mac Jones, and Kyler Murray Saints have Kyler Murray. He also has his kicker, Nick Folk, and a couple defensive players each with Jalen Thompson for the Saints and David Collins. So this one should be worth watching. Keep an eye out. 17 points is definitely not safe with just a couple players going. But he does have the extra person, a little bit of the cushion. Going to give the Saints this one. But, I mean, I don't really see. Mayhem could make close. Like I said, this is going. I think the Saints are going to pull this one off. I think you can make up to 17 points, especially if Kyler Murray has a good night, and Jalen Thompson. So basically, it's going picking the Saints strictly. I think the Cardinals should make a pretty good game of this and win this one. But it could be close. Like I said, projection has it in within 6 points, so it can be even closer than that. I think the Saints pull it off. Sorry, Carla. I don't mean to vote against you. I know you got that lead. Pray for Collins. Pray for Collins. Okay. And that winner this one, which I'm calling the Saints, could be the Mayhem, will face the Tiger Sharks in the PP side of the lower bracket. So now on to our next matchup, which is now on to our main playoff bracket. And it's against the Pigskins and the Legion. The Legion have a pretty sizable lead, 70 points almost. So with one player going, Kyler Murray, as I predicted before, should have a pretty good game. But Mac Jones, James Conner, and Javen Collins. So, a little mix and match in there. So of the last two matchups, but I don't see the Legion really coming back from that. I mean, projection still keeps them at about 40 points down. So that's about right, I feel. So the Pigskins will take this one. They will move on to the conference finals to face the winner of our next matchup. And some highlights were Christian McCaffrey, Miles Sanders, and TJ Hawkinson for Pigskins offense, Christian Wilkins, Cody Barton, Bobby Wagner, Quincy Williams, Jerry Sneed. Everybody kind of chipped in. I mean, all the safeties got their at or above their projections. So, yeah, all around good effort by the Pigskin squad, where the Legion has a lot of single digits on the defensive side, pretty much kind of, other than Greenlaw and Minka, kind of like pretty much just really didn't do much to kind of keep up. Myles Garrett had a good day. Offensively, Freiermuth, Thielen, Metcalf, Justin Jefferson all had good days. But just wasn't going to be enough. Pigskin to move on. Semifinals. Legion will fall back and play the loser of the next matchup for third place in the conference, or our conference. So our next matchup is the Blitz and Arsenic. 85-point lead for the Blitz. A lot of players going for the Arsenic who could put up points. Very high ceilings with Marquise Brown, Daniel Hopkins. Probably almost guaranteed if anybody's going to, one of those two are probably going to have a good day. If not, both of them could. Nick Folk got the kicker going for the Patriots, and Matt Judon and Isaiah Simmons. So a lot of players going, a lot of players that could actually put up some big numbers. Let's have Buda Baker going, kind of offset some points there. But 85 points, I mean, 4 of those 5 get 20 points, and you're at 80 right there. You know what I mean? So this could be a very close matchup. Projections call it at about 20, 30 points, but I'm going to call it a little closer. I think the Blitz are going to hold them off, win it, but this could be really close at the end. This could really come down to some really, it could be close. It could be really close. Arsenic could definitely make a really good, strong push for this. So definitely Blitz take this one. Highlights for the Blitz. These guys are some high scoring teams. So Henry, Pollard, Juju, Dalton Schultz. Defensively, Roquan Smith, Devin Lloyd, Nate Hobbs. I'm sure he would have liked to have scored a lot more. Like these guys kind of let him down. Probably could have been way more. Going to definitely have to. Either one of these teams are definitely going to bring a game next week up against the Pigskins. They want to win a championship. Or have a chance at one, a conference championship. Highlights for the Arsenic, Christian or Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins. Josh Allen kind of got his projection, but his offense pretty much just kind of didn't show up really at all. Dawson Knox had a good showing. Defensively, Quentin Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jordan Hicks, a few other ones kind of hitting their projection. Even keeps them in it. So It's gonna be a close matchup, but I'm gonna call the Blitz. Gonna move on for the conference championship against the Pigskins, and the Arsenic will fall down, play Legion for third and fourth in the conference, and an opportunity at still win chance of some money at the end of the season there. So yeah, okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go on to the PP side, and this matchup is relatively close. Each got one player going. It's still like a 20-some point lead. But I think the Panthers are definitely going to hold them off. They each got a player going, Hopkins for the Panthers and J.J. Watt. So who knows? But I doubt it's going to come down to the wire. I think the Panthers are just going to have enough to hold them off, regardless of how Hopkins performs. I think it'll still be enough to hold off J.J. Watt. So yeah, the Panthers will take this one, and we'll move on to the PP side conference finals. Some of the highlights: Jared Goff, Austin Eckler, Miles Sanders, Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, kicker did all right, Max Crosby, Dre Greenlaw, Frankie Luvu, Matt Milano did well. Quandre that was for the Panthers. For the Tyrants, it was Quandre Diggs, Desmond King, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen. I kind of like hit right at their projections. Were real close. They were under. They were real close. Made this a pretty close matchup most of the day. Hassan Reddick did okay. Offensively, it was Justin Jefferson and Jerry Jeudy and Dalton Schultz held the ship bay. Trevor Lawrence and Derrick Henry kind of chipped in, but just going to fall short. Made it close, kept it close. Certainly worthy of being in the playoffs with a team like that can keep up. Record might not show it, but he made it. He's there. So our next matchup will be Panthers. We'll move on for the PP conference finals. We'll face our winner of our next matchup. Tyrants face the loser of our next matchup. So on to our next one, our last. It's the Tremors against the Slashers. The Tremors just kind of pretty much put the old beat down on them, got them a 60-point lead, and don't see it changing. Ramondre Stevenson for the Slashers and Isaiah Simmons for the Tremors. Kind of pretty much sets them up for an opportunity to repeat as the PP Conference Championship for the Tremors. And the Slashers will, like I said, they're going to go on to face the Tyrants for the third, fourth place matchup for the conference. So these are all conference matchups here, guys. But yeah, some highlights for the Tremors. Pretty lengthy list here. Jalen Hurst, Geno Smith, Josh Jacobs, Zonovan Knight. Wide receivers, didn't really kind of make any big, huge splash. Joku. Tight end. Defensively, Myles Garrett, Chandler Jones, Cody Barton, Halua Khan, Drew Tranquil. Just a pretty good showing defensively altogether. These guys hitting pretty close to their projections. Had the one single digit, I think, was it. I mean, that's how you win. That's how you win playoff matchups. For the Slashers, offensively, Christian McCaffrey, DK Metcalf, Devonta Smith. Defensively, DeMarcus Lawrence, Christian Kirksey, Nate Hobbs, and Gilman. But yeah, not many highlights for them. Just kind of fell flat in this matchup. And so that'd be it. So next week we should have a pretty full slate of games next week as we determine placing in the conferences. So we'll get back to getting everybody involved, all the teams involved, a little bit longer video. So yeah, like I said, I'm working on a few ideas for next year. I got a couple things I'm going to roll out. probably towards the end here. The playoffs is kind of a little sneak peek. So we'll see what I can get out here for you guys. But thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next weekend. And enjoy the game. Enjoy the week. Holidays coming up, so everybody have a good evening. And I'm out of here.